How's it going, guys? It's Epsillon here, and today's Runescape 3 video we look at one fantastic way that you can make a ton of GP using HERBLORE, which yes, most of you will probably be questioning how you can make so much money with HERBLORE, but you can, trust me, with this method. And it's going to take a couple of things for you to be able to do this. Alternatively, you can do it with more minimal setups, but if you use this kind of setup, you will be maximizing the profit, and it will eat into your profit if you don't have these certain items that you're going to need for this method. So first things first, what do you need? Well, essentially, as long as you've got access to a fairly valuable HERBLORE potion that you can actually purchase, so things like your Lantadine potions, things like your Spirit Weed potions, anything that really costs over 10,000 GP per potion to actually make. And of course, if you have the ability to make aggression potions, which feature Bloodweed potions unfinished, that is where this really method comes into effect, and how you can make a ridiculous amount of GP very, very easily. Most people don't realize, but you can actually use both the combination of the Scroll of Cleansing, the Porter boost for your portable wells that you can use on the variety of worlds wherever you decide to actually go to and use a well, and then of course the ability to have the modified botanist mass, which is kind of one of the key crucial components of this setup and how you can make money doing HERBLORE. And even if you aren't interested in making money with HERBLORE, this is a fantastic way to maximize the potions that you're going to be making, regardless of the cost or the GP associated as well. So if you are going to be making overloads, if you are going to be in it for the long haul with regards to HERBLORE and making potions for your endgame content that you're going to be doing within the game, then yes, this is the optimal setup for that. Now, yes, you could probably pay for some extra things that slightly increase the process, but it probably isn't worth it. And if you're using things like Brooch of the Gods and also some of the and Grace of the Elves to be able to get those spirits, which essentially give you a chance of making some more money during the process as you go through, very unlikely that you'll make decent amount of money from those, but they're just additional ways to make money. But it's not worth actually buying both of them just to be able to actually earn that little bit of extra GP. Now, moving away from just talking about it, let's actually tell you what the method is itself. So first things first, what do you need? Well, we've talked about the equipment, so make sure that you actually equip all of that. And what the modified botanist mass gives you is a chance to be able to occasionally make an extra potion while mixing, and it doesn't use up your actual items within your inventory. And now what you need to do in order for this to work is of course have a vial of water. Now basically what I tend to do is just purchase them off the GE, because yeah, you can fill them up yourself, but if you want to maximize the money that you're going to be earning per hour, it's actually better for you not to waste your time. So if you just purchase a ton of vials of water like I've just done, you just pick them up off the GE. They're very easy to get. Yes, you could probably maximize them a little bit better by actually going around to the shops and stuff like that and buying them for cheaper, but I'm not going to bother with that because we are just in it for the quick GP gains and to show you what you can actually do. Now, next thing, what do you want to do? Well, of course, as of watching this video, it may affect the price. I don't know. I'm not trying to manipulate the market or whatever, but essentially, if you are actually going to look into doing this method, what you need to do is look at the buying prices of the unfinished potion, relate that back to the actual price of the item that you're going to be selling. So say if we're looking at the Bloodweed potions to be able to make those aggression potions, then we'll look at the grimy Bloodweed and also the clean Bloodweed. Make sure to check both prices. So what we'll do is we'll put a buy offer in for the clean, we'll also put a buy offer in for the grimy, and if you have the 99 cape for the for HERBLORE, then you'll be able to actually purchase the grimy ones and be able to do it. So it appears that actually the clean Bloodweed potion is selling for much cheaper than the grimy one, which is very, very nice. We're going to be able to actually get more GP, and it will take less effort for us to actually do it with the grimy one. We're just going to essentially clean that in our inventory right there. So now that we've got the potions, now what we need to do is check the price of the bloodweed potions themselves on the GE. So here we go into bloodweed potion unfinished, try and purchase one, just try and purchase one, you don't have to do it all of the time, and the price of it is 23,889 GP, so that's approximately a 1,800 difference. So every single time you make a bloodweed potion unfinished, you're going to lose 1,800. However, you're not going to actually lose that money, because if we then look at the boosts such as from the modified botanist mass, where you can make double potions occasionally, you then put in the porter boost, which means that or the portable boost that actually enables you to occasionally make multiple or save an ingredient, and then of course the scroll of cleansing that you can get from Demonheim if you manage to go over there. Obviously just use your Demonheim ring to be able to transport there, but go in the shop, buy the scroll of cleansing. I think it's like 35,000 dungeoneering tokens. Will be a fantastic way for you to maximize your GP, and that certainly is one way I've made millions on RuneScape over the couple of years, when you don't have to take that much time. Now let's actually full on buy these bloodweeds and show you what it's actually like when you do it for yourself. So let's buy, say, I don't know, let's spend 7 million on bloodweeds right here. So we'll purchase them, 8 million, so we'll see that comes up with a price here, 7,700. Now what we do is just whack them all in the bank. Then you want to actually set up your bank correctly. So in terms of what you want to do with that is go into the bloodweed, well, we'll get rid of that. Then you want to set up the vial of water so that you've got 14 in your inventory, like so, and then you grab the bloodweeds themselves. Right here we grab another 14 of those, and then you are good to go. Now what we need to do is just head to Lumbridge to be able to get the porter or the well. I think it's world 64 usually is where the wells are, or 84 dependent on which is more popular at the time, or if one of them does or doesn't have a well at that time. So let's hop worlds. We'll show you how you can actually do it and how quickly you can rack up this money. Obviously it is dependent. If the prices change over time, they might do, then you'll make more money doing certain potions. Other potions that you may actually want to be doing can be found here. The one that I looked at earlier was actually a spirit weed potion. They were actually the same price, so essentially you won't lose money from actually making the potion, and in the end you may actually make more from that. It's just that the cost, if you manage to make a double potion with the bloodweeds, makes it so much nicer when you actually do double. So let's hop over to World 84, obviously 1400 players at the minute, which means that there's more than likely going to be able to actually use this method with a portable well. Let's just hope it's actually here, and then yes, there is. There we go. We'll pop onto the well. I don't know why it's not working now, but apparently we just do this, and then you sit around for 16 seconds waiting, just waiting, and then you just continuously do this every single time. So you see in the bottom right left hand corner, you actually see your modified botanist mass helps you make another potion. Your wasteless herblore ability allows you to save some ingredients, and your mix such a potion, and that is basically the mixing station itself. So the portable has made me extra potions. So we've saved essentially 3 bloodweeds, and we've made the same amount of potions. So yeah, we're going to be racking in money left, right and center. And so what we're going to do now is of course set up a keybind or a preset, because we should have done that earlier, but I am a bot. So yeah, what we do now, there we go, just fill up your inventory, set it as a preset. As you can see, I've already kind of done one. And then what you do now is just click with your preset, whether you have it set up on an action bar or whatever, and then if you really want to maximize the process and you're going to be full on or like one tick in it, you can just basically put the vial of water on your action bar, press 1 or whatever you're going to be using, and then it will just make it automatically. And then as long as you're standing within the radius of the portable well, you will get the benefit of potentially making extra potions within this kind of setup. And then if we just go through and do this for a little bit of time, I will join you back and we'll see how much money we've actually made from the whole process. Right then, so we finally have done it. We've managed to do those 302 bloodweed potions. So we're going to hop back to the Grand Exchange, put them up on the market and see how much we've made. Obviously you could see the timestamp in the top right. It took us about 10 minutes roughly to be able to do like 300 or 400 or whatever you want to say. So if we whack them on the GE, see how much they sell for. Obviously we should probably see how much we bought one for, so 23889. Obviously we want to whack them down by a little bit, so maybe just put them at 235. See how much we made in like 15 minutes for pretty easy work, to be honest with you, and then we can see how much the hourly total is going to be selling these things. So yeah, you probably may take a little bit of time to actually sell these, and yeah, we'll join you back in just a second. So we made 8.8 million from the bloodweeds. Obviously it only took about 14 minutes, let's call it, and I wasn't fully focused 100% on it, missed a few clicks here and there, but we still made 1.2 million from the bloodweeds, which means that you're probably making in the region of 5 million an hour if you take into account, let's call it 15 minutes to be able to set it all up. Obviously you'd be buying in bulk, so you wouldn't have to go to the GE to sell them, and then of course if you waited a little bit longer, put them at a higher price, which you can definitely sell them for, it just takes time, but for this video I didn't bother. So essentially we still made 1.14 million. So yeah, you're probably looking in the region of fully maximizing the method, then yeah, about 5 million. Now as a quick tester as well, I also did grimy spirit weeds where we bought 100 of them. Obviously it's a smaller test, and so we managed to get 141 back, which is fairly decent. Obviously they don't cost anywhere near as much as the bloodweeds, and so it took me as well a third of the time. However, we did make 2,076,000 GP back, which is 500,000. So essentially I made more money per grimy spirit weed than I would have with the bloodweed if we take it as me getting pretty average with the spirit weed potions. Obviously we got an extra 40 from the method itself using the modified botanist mask, and yeah, with the bloodweeds we managed to get an extra 101. So yeah, we probably got slightly more lucky with the spirit weed potions, but we still made that 5 million or 500,000, and if you extrapolate that, it probably only took me about 5 minutes to do the 100, and so you're probably looking in the region of about 6 million GP an hour, which isn't necessarily the highest amount, but considering it's a skill, and it can definitely pay for some of your herblore activities later on when you're trying to get to 120 or level 99, then yeah, definitely this method is great for those of you interested in making pretty casual money and you don't have to sit around doing a boss. So there we go. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. It shows you how you can make it. Of course, check the prices before you buy any of the items before you start doing it, because there's nothing worse than buying it thinking you're going to make a load of money and then you actually end up losing money and you've wasted a ton of time. So there, short disclaimer, obviously check the prices as of the recording of this video because they do fluctuate and vary, and often making unfinished potions is the most profitable using this method during double XP. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you can check out some of the other guides on the channel that I will link on screen right now, and I hope to see you in some of those videos. Goodbye.